country's bourgeois culture. All cultures are not equal, the two wrote. Bourgeois values which promote hard work, patriotism, responsible child rearing, and more are conducive for the success in modern environment. What isn't? In their words, quote, the single-parent, antisocial habits prevalent among some working-class whites, the anti-acting white rap culture of inner-city blacks, the anti-assimilation ideas gaining ground among some Hispanic immigrants, those don't work, the authors say. Now they're being threatened for saying that. Larry Alexander joins us tonight. Professor, thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me, Tucker. Let me just make one correction in the intro. I don't teach at the University of California in San Diego. I teach at the University of San Diego.
Oh, USD.
In the law school.
Oh, yes.
USD, yeah. We have a law school, they don't. So that's...
Well, good for you. Okay, professor at University of San Diego. Did I mischaracterize the thrust of your paper and of your point?
No, our point was essentially as you represented it. My fear when we wrote this was that people were just going to shrug and say, oh, you know, that's so obvious, you really didn't need to say it, it's just so banal. As you noted, that hasn't been the reaction from all quarters.
Well, what has the reaction been?
Well, interestingly, the reaction at the University of Pennsylvania, where Professor Wax teaches, has been extraordinary. She was condemned by some of her colleagues, not because they took issue with any particular thing that we said in the op-ed. She was just condemned for essentially for saying what we said. There were no allegations that anything we said was incorrect.
In other words, truth in the academy is no longer a defense. Is that the point?
No, that's true, because what's more important is to signal that you're on the side of the good guys, and even if that means denying something that's true. So it's a matter of, you know, are you in the in group or out group? And
well, so if you have academics knowingly denying things they know are true, isn't that the definition of corruption?
Yes, unfortunately it is. I mean, almost you know, every person who took umbrage at what we said in the academy actually practices the very virtues we were extolling in the piece. They teach their kids this. They don't teach their kids the opposite of what we prescribe.
That's exactly right. I live in a neighborhood full of liberals who don't get divorced to go to bed at 10 p.m. and whose kids are obedient, so I know exactly what you mean. So why do you think this was so offensive then? You're describing the lives they lead. Why would they be outraged? Well,
so there may be three hypotheses for why some people don't do well in the country. One is they just lack native talent and ability.
Right.
Another is their behavior is not conducive to doing well. And the third is that there are structural impediments to their doing well. And it's just orthodoxy now in some quarters in the academy and outside the academy for that matter, that it's the latter that has to be true. It's
right.
Not the first two. And what we're saying is, no, that's not the case.
Right. And that orthodoxy is always the enemy of truth. We're out of time, Professor. I appreciate your bravery, though. Thank you for doing that, and thanks for coming on.
Sure, you're welcome, Tucker.